And good day everyone, Owenazuris here with another episode of Dine in Roguelikes, this time looking at a roguelike action game, Dead Cells. It was on Steam, I got it on sale recently. This isn't one of the games I got on the summer Steam sale, I'll be playing some more of those later. But this is a lot of fun, I've been having a great time with this game. It's best if I just go ahead and start playing. And I could actually streaming to go and play, but I'm not. I'm going to do it just in normal mode. I'm not too far in the game. I've gotten to like the first boss. So as you can see here, you play as that lump of cells that inhabit this body, and every time you die, you come back to this area. So far, hopefully you do unlock some checkpoints later on. Not sure about that. Controls are very fluid. You got your jump. Right now I can do a double jump. And if you're just starting, there's a secret area up here. But I've already done that. In addition to that, you can roll. I'm playing with a controller. I really recommend using it versus a keyboard. It's a lot smoother, a lot easier. And then if you look in the bottom left, you see I have potions unlocked. You have a limited amount. And you basically, when you go to a new area, you can usually refill your potions. Right now I have a sword, and then I also can get a second weapon and 2 skills or spells or auxiliary items. And the game, like Rogue Legacy and some other games like that, does have unlocks that you unlock as you go through the game. You can see in the bottom right, next to the map, the first thing that I have 0 of is cells, and they're actually things that you carry over between games. You spend them and you can gain mutations. What is it, mutations? Here, let me pick up this gold. You can unlock stuff. Like right now I've unlocked the ability to carry 6,000 gold forward. And you can see in here I've unlocked some of these things. Also, you can find blueprints during the game, which will allow you, when you unlock the ability, to start with a random weapon or item that you have already found. And I've read some places it's kind of a double-edged sword, because if you go and unlock lots of different weapons, well then, like right here where it's giving me a bow, actually considers an electric whip kind of like a bow weapon, so that takes a slot. And if I didn't want the electric whip, well, sometimes I'm going to get it. So some places recommend you don't get certain blueprints if you don't think you're ever going to use that item. Personally, and I'm sure it's probably to my detriment in this game, but I just pick up anything I find. I like to unlock stuff. I like to play with random things. To me, it's just more fun that way. So right there is a teleport gate. You can use those to teleport around the level. And each of the enemies has its own way of behaving. Like these guys on the right there. Well, there's an archer. He'll shoot at me, but usually if you're ducking, he can't hit you. The zombies will charge you. That little, and then jump at you. You can see I've already found a cell, so if I get to the next area, which I should be able to, once you've played the game a while, you'll be able to get to at least the first couple of areas pretty quick. Then I'll be able to unlock some more things, hopefully. I'm starting to get where it's costing money to unlock things. Controls are very fluid. If you've ever played something like Castlevania Symphony of Night, that is really the closest comparison I can think of to the game. I've never played any of the Metroid games, so I don't have a comparison there, but really the control is smooth. It's not janky. Reminds me a lot of Castlevania Symphony of Night, which is a great game. If you're trying to emulate a game, and you can break open doors and it'll stun the enemies under them. Hit select, because occasionally, okay, there's a scroll of power up here. Occasionally you miss stuff, like it's just slightly off screen. And look, I can restore my health, don't need to yet. So a scroll of power, if you look at the bottom left, you see a blue, or actually you see a red, purple, oh shoot, I forgot. This guy can throw an orb, and he can somehow throw them through the walls. So I was trying to explain something, and that's why I might not do too good this game. It's hard to explain stuff. Luckily I can pause the game. But yeah, scroll of power, you have 3 stats in your bottom left corner. a red one, a red or a purple one, and a green one. And if I take this scroll of power, you can see that that increases my brutality, which is really your melee type weapons. Also increases my hit points 50%. The tactics, which is mainly your ranged weapons, does 40% hit points increase as well. And then your 15% damage with green items, that's your shields. Calls them survival, but you get the most hit points here, and I don't use shields the most. Now, as I pick these and start leveling them up, the amount of hit points you get is going to decrease rapidly. So for right now, I'm going to go with purple items, and we'll look at the next scroll. This is 40%. And we'll see if the next scroll that has gone down some. And that was a mistake. Luckily, I have gained some hit points. So sometimes you're trying to juggle multiple monsters here, so I'm trying to duck to prevent the archer from hurting me. Now, luckily, that is all he can do. He does not have any close-range attacks. Or if he does, I have never seen one, so... The levels are usually expansive. There are multiple exits. This level, I know, has at least 2 exits. And as you fight bosses... Well, here's a treasure chest. You will gain abilities to go and basically traverse more of the level. Like one of the first things you gain in this level is a rune that allows you to basically grow vines out of the ground at certain locations. So this is Firebrands. I can compare it here. And a lot of these weapons combo, like you can see here, this would give plus 50% damage to a poison target. So if I had a poison weapon on my, instead of a rusty sword, it'd be pretty good. For now, I'm going to leave that. And if you look above my map, in the bottom right corner, you'll see it says pause 2 minutes, 44 seconds. As you progress, there are a lot of gates that are kind of timed to try to get you to go through a level really quick. I think the first one in the second area, I would have had to have been in that area by 2 minutes. And luckily, a lot of the places, like the transition between the levels, you don't have to worry about the time, and some of the treasure rooms you don't either. I'm not going to be able to get any of these because I'm talking so much. Let me go ahead, and here's the rune I was talking about. The first boss, which is really an elite mob, gives you this rune, and it allows you to traverse more of the level. Because otherwise, I would not have been able to get up there. One criticism I do have the game is until you get that rune, on this first level, I had it 2 times give me an area that, like, in order to progress, there was no way I could reach the area, because I didn't have, like, the ability to really do multiple jumps. I didn't have the vines, so I was really just kind of stuck, and that was not a good first impression of the game. And also, the game crashed on me once. But since then, since I've gotten these items, I have yet to encounter an area where I just get completely stuck. I have found an area later on, actually it's in these toxic sewers, where I couldn't get to another area, but there was still another route you could go, so it's probably going to be an item I have to find later on to get access to that level. So I'm going to go ahead and start going to a toxic sewers, but before I go there, I'm going to go to the area between the two. Got a bit of a fall here. You'll see kind of the shopkeeper here, so well, look who's here. So you talk to him, and I can spend my 5 cells on some upgrades. Now it says I can't open this door until you spend all your cells, but I found I can actually destroy it. Don't know why you wouldn't want to spend all your cells, because I can't see any reason you could hoard them, because these are unlocks over time. Like you can see, I've already put in for this ranged bow and endless quiver weapon. So once I have 9 more cells that I've put in it, that I will get that bow to start with, and also it'll be one of the random potential weapons I could get for the ranged class. And you can see up here, I had to actually unlock, well, show unlocked items. So I have 2 health flasks, but I also had to unlock the ability to have a random starter bow. Otherwise, you start with just a basic bow. The way bows are actually handled in this game, and probably next week if I don't find a bow this time, I'll try to make sure I have a bow. But the way bows are handled is usually the basic bow has like 5 or 6 shots, and they get stuck in the enemy if you hit the enemy, and then usually when you kill the enemy, you get the arrows back. or over time you'll get the arrows back. And if you miss the enemy, they go pretty far, but they'll eventually come back to you. But it's quicker if you manage to kill the enemy. So you can see basic upgrades. I can get more health flasks, which I probably need to. Gold reserves, so I can carry more gold forward. Gold doesn't do a whole lot. It will let me reset my mutations, which I'll show you next. And then also you can find shopkeepers. So if you don't get the weapons you want when you start the game, well, you can spend some money. And there's also some doors that can be opened through gold. And here are various melee weapons, ranged weapons, and right now I'm trying to get this bow with an endless quiver. That sounds nice. So we have this guy here. He gives me mutations. I can reset them for gold. And so you have brutality mutations, which help you with your melee attacks. I don't have any tactics. Let's see. So usually I take necromancy so I can recover hit points slowly, or I like to save myself once in the event of a premature death, because the potions do take a second to activate. Kind of almost reminds me of Dark Souls or other games like that, where it's not an instant activation. Maybe like Path of Exile, where Path of Exile, you use it and then it slowly regenerates your health, but here you actually have to hold down for about a second and then it starts regenerating your health. So to make this run longer, I'm going to save myself once in the event of death. And then I am going to... Actually, I'll show you the potion right here. See, it took less than a second. But I get to refill my health flask. I destroy doors for some reason. That's just me. So we're going to toxic sewers. This is an area where there is lots of sludge. And like if I jump in this sludge here, it will poison me if I stay in too long. I don't know why I destroy doors. It's just a hobby. Now, one other issue I have is it took me a while. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you can jump on a pipe or not. Wish I had some sort of... Like, you can get items like traps and stuff that you throw down, and it would shoot a bunch of arrows at these enemies. I can also do that stomp. Shoot. And I like stunning the enemies. That is a nice ability, which can really get an enemy off your... Okay, this area has these scorpions that jump up there like that, which is very annoying. They can do a lot of damage to you if you're not careful. The nice thing about this whip is you will run into enemies that use shields, and it will go through their shield, because it's an electric whip. Of course, being a randomly generated area, for the most part, there will be dead ends. Well, this is weird. Okay, this door was sealed 3 minutes ago, so you can see that was 2 minutes I needed to be through here. Okay, I missed an area right here. I was about to say, where am I supposed to go? They don't have any recourse for this. But you can see I'm also igniting the pool down there. He doesn't have any recourse because his arrow can't hit me. Now, there was just an update to the game, so I often worry when I download an update right before I start playing. Well, there's going to be some change I'm not realizing, but so far, nothing that... Okay, I'm not happy I took a hit a while back, but whatever. Oh, so this... Oh, shoot. So this worm here, it hits for a lot of damage, and it also shoots out little bombs when it dies, or I guess degenerates into bombs when it dies. Luckily, I got a nice little... See, those are all bombs. And I forget sometimes that it does that, and then I'll try to pick up the bombs thinking, oh, it's some sort of loot drop. Yeah, see, it hits for a lot. I thought I had stunned it. Shoot! I did it again. I forgot that thing was gonna... Luckily, I got 2 potions here. Blueprint acquired. What doesn't kill me? So I really need to make it to the next area now. And Scorpion also shoots. Now, a nice thing about this electric whip also is it targets the closest enemy. Shoot. Okay, I am... Let me jump down here. Jump up here. Let me heal again. Okay, I might quit talking for a few minutes. Probably not, because I like to talk, but... This is... My talking is being a hindrance to me right now. But I'm not concentrating. Which in this game is a huge hindrance. So, long story short, when you're playing the game, concentrate. You'll do a lot better. Because I would not have taken at least that hit from that worm, that thing there that did so much damage, I would not have taken that if I had been concentrating. Yeah, because he falls down. And sometimes when he jumps, he will say, like, YOLO, which is kind of funny. Like, if I jump over here, I bet he'll do it. Let's see. Come on. I'm over here now. Okay. Guess he doesn't want to play. Okay, I've already been in this area. Look at the map. I'm not playing around with this guy because he can hit me for a lot. I do not have potions anymore. Oh shoot, I forgot about all these guys. I also like the ability, like when you jump, you can kind of hover in the air. Shoot. Now, shoot. Now get out of here. Okay, I need to go down. Is there something here? A door? There's little bits of comedy, like your character, he doesn't talk, or at least he hasn't talked so far that I've seen, but he does use, like, kind of body motion, gesture, stuff like that. Sometimes it's kind of hit and miss. It almost reminds me, if you ever played Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, that character is always... Shoot, there's 2 scorpions? Okay, I'm going down. Now there's 3 scorpions. Can I hit them up there? Okay, where? Shoot. This has... I'm just going up here. Let's see what's over here. Okay, those bats will shoot. Or if they get close to you, they'll detonate whatever's in that vial. Shoot, I hate these scorpions. Oh, come on. Shoot. Get down here. Is there anything that's going to help me? Because I'm at 4 hit points. Okay, I've unlocked these. These are teleporters. So I get a bomb here. Ice grenade. That is actually a really nice weapon. Because it will freeze my enemies. I probably need to go up here. I'm not really looking forward to that. Okay, I made that. Hey! It's my friend that I found earlier. Yeah, I killed this guy for a rune and he wants it. Yeah, I got it. Oh, kind of demanding there. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he's not too happy with me. Because I got a rune that he wanted. Oh, shoot. I'll show you what the ice grenade does. That's what it does. And it even works on bosses. It slows them down, which is nice. That can be a difference maker. Oh, shoot. Another scorpion. Great. I gotta know what happened to his scorpion, but what is down here? I can be a little risky because I do have an extra life, but okay, what's this? Twin daggers. Victims emit a toxic cloud. That is nice. Got this kind of dual blade here. See, I can kind of swoop down. And now you got that nice toxic cloud. You can see these levels are pretty big. That guy is just waiting for me. Just gonna sit there and let me hit him, okay? Oh, get away from those. I wish those would hurt him too. He's trying to figure out A. Shoot. Luckily, it automatically homes in. One thing I do like about this weapon, it helps you take out those bats. And we haven't seen anyone with a shield yet. Toxic cloud there. There's a scroll of power down. Oh, I could really use that. When these guys turn away, upgrade my stats. So now you see it's gone from 40% to tactics to 26%. So I'm going to go ahead and increase my brutality. I've also read that the enemies become more powerful whenever you pick up a scroll. I haven't confirmed that yet, but I mean, and I try not to read spoilers, but I mean, from just what I've seen, it does seem to kind of be true. We got a lab here, Grimoire, research notebook. One's collecting mold samples, too many Revants, yeah, tell me about it. Why you'd want these mushrooms, but definitely a backstory to this game. Kind of don't know who you are when you first wake up. So part of the game is meeting new people, trying to figure out what's going on. Oh. Oh shoot, they killed me. And as you can see, I do not get all my hit points back. I don't want to go there. So I really need a new area to pop up because I can restore all my hit points and stuff. Otherwise, I am in a lot of trouble. Another scroll of power in there. What do you want to bet there's a scorpion somewhere around here? Oh, look. I'm good at predicting stuff like that. And some scrolls only upgrade 2 stats. Yeah, I'm going to make a balanced character right now, because I need the hit points. What's further over here? Shoot. I died. I didn't see that scorpion pop up, and I was trying to take care of the bat. And there we go. I'm back. I can get my 6,000 gold back. I had more, but I live and learn. The guy up there will tell me about my progress, etc. I can see stuff about monsters. And so now you see I got some of those firebrands here. But I really don't want that. So if I don't like what it gives me, I can also hit restart. But just if you had more blueprints and stuff unlocked, it will take longer to get what you consider a good haul. And there I am. Let's see what's coming up next here. Electric whip again. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to put up for this episode, and then next episode, when we come back, I'm going to get a bow, because I really like bows, and I seem to do better with them. Don't know how well I'll do if I'm talking, but we'll give it a shot, definitely. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to a channel, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.